Hello and welcome once again to this channel Capstone Classes, and for today our topic is light. So this is an introductory video regarding light. So today we'll be touching upon just a few initial aspects of light. So let us first of all understand what is light. So light is nothing but movement of photon particles. Now you must have come across this term photo. I mean, whenever there is light, and light is movement of photon particles, so that is why we associate so many things which are associated with light with photo. Alright, so now let us first of all understand what properties light has and what all applications it has got. So primarily during this during the course where we study about light, we'll be talking about two major properties, which are basically reflection and refraction. Alright, so reflection and refraction are the properties. But before moving ahead, let us first of all understand what light enables us to do. So, I mean, the basic definition of light is that light is a form of energy which enables us to see. Alright, so that is very plain and simple definition of light. So now light is a form of energy which enables us to see. So how light enables us to see? Light, as we know, I mean, sun is the ultimate source of light energy, but we are particularly more interested about the features of light. So how does light enable us to see? How does light enable us to see? So let's say, for example, you are seeing this marker. So how are you able to see this? So what is happening is, let's say there is an object here, any object. So light from the source, there is a person who is to see this object. So what exactly happens is, light from the source, whether it be natural or artificial source, light from this source falls on this object. It always travels in a straight line. Light always travels in a straight line. So it falls on this object, and from there it gets reflected from this surface and then reaches the retina or the eye of this person, and that is how he is able to see this object. So this is how we see things, and this is how light enables us to see things. Now there is another important concept here which I would like to discuss. Is there are a minimum, we'll talk about the conditions for visibility and all that, but there is a concept related to colors. So this is related to the same thing. So now, once we are able to see this object, then the next question arises that why do we see objects differently? Some objects appear red to us, some objects appear green to us, and there are so many colors. So let us understand the science behind colors quickly. So what actually happens is, see, if an object, alright, so this is green color. Today I am using this green color. So this is green colored object. So what actually happens in this case is, when white light, falls on this white light. Now white light is nothing but a combination of 7 different colors, which you must have come across earlier: violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. So white light is a combination of 7 colors. So why is this object appearing green to us? Is because when white light falls on this object and it is getting reflected, because the person has to observe it, it is appearing green to the observer. So it is the property of the pigments, or the property of the pigments of which it is made up of, this color pigment, is that it will absorb rest of 6 colors and it will only reflect green. So only green colored light is reaching this person's eye, and that is why this object will appear green to him. So this is another concept related to colors. Now the question arises, why do we see white object? So white object, or any object which appears white, has the property that it will reflect all the colors which are falling over it, all the colors. So that is why it will appear white. Now why would some object appear black? Because it absorbs all these 7 colors, which is technically white only. So it absorbs all those 7 colors and it reflects nothing, doesn't reflect anything. That is why any object which has that property will appear black to you. So this is the idea behind colors. Now let us go back to our more fundamental discussion, which is reflection. So what reflection is? Reflection is nothing but when a light ray falls on an object, it gets reflected. How it is reflected? So for that we have 2 laws, which are termed as laws of reflection. What are those laws? That if you consider a light ray falling on an object, what you do, this is the point of contact where the light ray is actually hitting this surface. So you draw a line parallel to this surface and which is perpendicular also to the surface. So you have to draw a line which is perpendicular to the surface on which light is incident, and that line is nothing but the normal. That line is called normal. Alright. So the angle which, this ray obviously is incident. It is hitting the surface, so that is why it is called incident ray. And the angle between the incident ray and the normal is called angle of incidence. Alright. So usually this angle is represented with angle I, and the light has to follow the laws of reflection. So it will be reflected in such a way that the angle of incidence, this angle is equal to this angle, because this angle is angle R is nothing but the angle of reflection. So angle I has to be equal to angle R. So this is the second law, actually, second law of reflection. Then you must ask, what is the first law? So first law, as of now, at secondary level studies, second law doesn't have any significance. Obviously it has a lot of significance when when we study physics. But higher secondary level, say up to secondary level, it has got a theoretical significance, and the theoretical significance is that the incident ray the normal and the reflected ray, they all lie in the same plane. They all lie in the same plane. Alright. So these are the two laws and related to. So this was an introductory video about light, and we'll carry forward in the next video, and we'll try and understand more and more concepts related to light, reflection and refraction in detail. Alright, thank you. Please like and subscribe this channel. And I'll be coming up with more and more conceptual topics, and anything which you would like to suggest or advise, or any feedback, any suggestion, and any critical advice also. They are all welcome, and you can write in comment box, and then I'll try to address them as much as I can. Thank you.